Well, hi guys, how are you doing? And so let's discuss some important topics about men's rights today. And so today, actually, I'm in Europe. I'm somewhere in between, around the border of France and Germany. And this place is also closer to Basel in Switzerland. So I'm in this city of Colmar, which is basically a laid-back, small, beautiful city and close to Strasbourg. So this city is between Strasbourg and Basel. Well, I was thinking about the future of men's movement and how men can focus to create a bigger difference in for men's rights, men's human rights in India and in the foreign countries and all over the world. Right now also we are facing a lot of challenges. There's a lot of confusion, lot of uncertainty, lot of anger, lot of sadness, lot of frustration. It appears as if we men have lost the complete control over the situation. So how do we make a complete turnaround? Maybe in 5 or 10 or 15 years. And if we can make a turnaround, that would be awesome and great. However, we can only do that only when we have a plan. We have some kind of a structure in place and a plan in place. So before we go further, I'll just show you how this kind of a what kind of a place is this. So let me just turn the camera on the other side and show it to you where I am. Yeah, so this is the city. So I'm in a place called Little Venice. There is a canal, there is a kind of a small river, and we got beautiful houses. And yeah, so this is where I am. And well, I am also sitting next to, actually behind me is a farmer's market. It's a beautiful farmer's market with lot of local produce. Very nice one. So, so I was interested in this city because this city is a small city, not crowded like Paris or London, and somehow I have started developing some kind of a fascination for these small or laid back cities of Europe. I think in future these cities can help us, congregate and come for a jamboree for a holiday, and to meet the local men's activists or conduct maybe a conference in future. So that's my interest here. Okay. Before I go any further, I'll also say like why often I like to travel. I do it because I think travel helps me open up and helps me open my mind. And if I'm in the same city, always doing the same stuff and talking the same things, then I don't know. I'm just stuck. So when I travel, I get better ideas, I get better insights, and I can think from a different perspectives, a lot more different perspectives, and I can see, kind of what kind of opportunities that can come. By the way, it looks like some German men's activists will meet me. At least two or three of them, I am communicating with them, so they are likely to meet or we will connect with them. Okay. French, I do not know many. In Italy, there are a couple of them. So we will like to have some kind of a connection with the European men's activists. Yeah. So before, well, I would like to talk about today about vision of men's movement for you know, next 10 years, 20 years or so, and let's discuss like how exactly a young man or a man in India who is a men's activist should start thinking about. Okay, it's not just about reacting to what feminists are doing or what kind of feminist propaganda is going on, and these one-sided narratives, these movies that they are making, degrading men and all that is going on, right? So I would like to see, like, how do we how do we take further control of this situation? Is there any way we can take a control of the situation, and how can we be proactive rather than just being frustrated, just being angry and upset, right? So let's discuss about how exactly we can create a strong future. At least we should how exactly we are going to plan some kind of a future for men of India, and maybe also for men in other countries and foreign countries and all that, right? So that's the whole intention. So let's talk about a structured way of thinking. So how should people think? How should men start thinking? So our thinking has to be future oriented. So if you are today in 2025, you should be thinking about future. What you are going to create or what the situation should be for us in a positive way. In what way we have created the situation that the things are different in 2020, 2030 or 2035. Okay, it's not just about we creating men's commission. See, men's commission is fine, you know that's one of the things about activism, but let's do something which gives men more peace of mind, more security, more certainty in life, because as men we always seek lot of certainty in life, and that's what should be our goal and the discussion here. So let's think if we can discuss something about, let's say, 30 years in advance, 50 years in advance, or maybe 100 years in advance. So we need to get more grounded, talk about more about ourselves than talking about feminists. So we should now, in this particular discussion, we should be talking about, let us say, not about judges or the courts or feminists or let's say whatever propaganda going on and anti-male stuff going on. See, that is all focused outwards. Let's focus inwards. Let's talk about our own life, our health, our food, our hobbies, our travels, our finances and our interests, and how can we lead a very powerful life. Just give me a second, guys. So we should be discussing about that. So let's say first we talk about things like political power. Okay, how do we get some political power? As we influence the elections or we contest the elections, we create some kind of a think tank and influence the policies. So how do we do that? So if we create think tanks, collaborate with other think tanks, and somehow expose the left wing and feminist dramas that are going on, and somehow we have to have an impact on electoral politics, either as contesting in the elections or turning the elections upside down, or creating a vote bank which is pro men vote bank. If you see in countries like USA, UK, and Germany, and all, many of these countries have this impact has come up. There is a male vote bank that has emerged. Yeah, I'll just get more into the sun. So there is a male vote bank that has emerged, and that is certainly making a very big impact. If you see Donald Trump, JD Vance, Elon Musk, and they are all talking about a lot about men. They are saying the war on men is over. So we have to discuss how do we acquire political power directly and indirectly. How do we influence politicians? Okay, this is one important thing. The other thing we have to see is that how collectively we create financial power in next 10, 15, 20 years. How do we do that? Right now we don't have any thinking around it. We don't have any structure around it. Yeah, the next one is also about real estate. It is important, it is often important to have real estate, okay, in a movement, for a movement. If you see, feminists have got a lot of real estate. They have got the buildings, NCW buildings, they have women's ministries, they have feminist NGOs, all that. They have offices, they have structures, they are acquiring some kind of real estate, and that is how their power also comes. And if you look at in countries like India, the ashrams, the gurus, they have a lot of real estate. Yeah. They take that land from government at a cheap rate or almost free, and then they can start the ashram. They do something over there and all that, and that is how they create an influence, lot of influence. So we have to start thinking about real estate as a collective. How do we get the real estate? Not just in India, let's say in Europe or USA, Australia, North Africa, God knows where, everywhere. We should have a foothold as a men's movement, and so that we can make bigger impact. Okay, having real estate means there are lot of advantages. Like imagine we have a real estate, and where we put a huge tent and we do a conference. We get the caterers, we do a conference. Imagine we have real estate where we can start a temporary shed. We construct with a prefabricated shed. We put it, and then we get lot of capabilities out of it, because somebody may be able to stay there, and we can do an event and all that, right? And when we have real estate with us as men's rights designated real estate areas, it also creates a bigger impact on the ground, because people will think, oh, this is a men's rights place, or this locality is for full of men's rights, like that. Okay. So, for example, let's say in a city like Bangalore or Hyderabad, we have a men's rights museum. Okay, it's like a 5,000, 10,000 square feet museum in a second or third floor of a building, where people can buy 100 or 150 rupees ticket, and they can go around the men's rights museum, right? We need to graduate there. We need to create a legacy and start going there, right? Already we are more than 20, 25-year-old movement, so it's time that we have to think in that direction. Financial freedom is very, very important. Healthcare is very, very important. So lot of the guys are like, you're still working hard, no idea what is going on in life, and that you may be slogging the whole life till the age of 70, right? You have no freedom, you don't experience it. A lot of youngsters, they are maybe worried about career, worried about job, they don't know what to do, they think they are a bunch of losers, and nobody has supported them properly, nobody has mentored them. So we need to create professions. We need to give men trainings, professions, and we have to create wealth as a collective, so that more and more men are employed, right? Employed as, let's say, psychologist, or a sociologist, or a political activist, or a political science coach, or a business coach, or a life coach, yeah, or a marketing guy, or an MBA finance guy, and engineer, and software guy, and a tech, and a AI guy. It can be anything, anything. You can be a startup guy, anything. We have to create a lot of jobs. We have to create a lot of careers and lot of professions for men of our community. That is how we will be able to create a lot of power, right? So we need men who are like stock market traders, men who are like derivative traders, men who are into crypto, or who know how to design the blockchain products. We have to bring in excellence in the field of investment, in the field of real estate, yeah, in the field of whatever, arts and culture and sociology, psychology, law. We have to think in that direction. And once, and that this kind of a mentality, this kind of a mindset about working together to create some kind of future for men, which is more stable, and you are not dependent on the family, or you know children, and wife, and all that kind of things, then that will really create a lot of unity in the men's movement. Okay, and we guys in Save Indian Family Foundation, we created a men's community center. We regularly conduct Zoom calls. We keep meeting the men's activists of different cities and also across the world. So right now I am going to meet men's activists and the SFF members in Germany. I am likely to meet a couple of the German men's activists also. So imagine what all can be done. So we have to, as we keep doing this, right, it creates a lot of unity and a lot of strength and a lot of power, and we get a hell lot of insights. Yeah. So we basically need an international coalition of men. Okay, men who are like it's like a international coalition, and men in, let's say, Middle East, or men in Southeast Asia like Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, Hong Kong, and Shenzhen, China, and Taiwan. you know men should be able to connect with each other, and then there should be, like, the men's activists of India should be able to travel to Vietnam or Philippines, or the men's activists there should be able to come to India, something like that. So that way we need a very, very big international coalition of men's activists, and men who are completely focused on their mental and emotional well-being. Well, guys, you can see I am in a city called Colmar. It is near the border of France and Germany, and this city, this region is called Alsace. Okay, Alsace. So it is like Alsatian. You must have heard of that German Shepherd breed, which is called Alsatian, and the Alsatian word comes from this region. this region called Alsace. Okay, even though it's German, initially it seems like these frogs were bred in this area, maybe thousands of years or hundreds of years back. So that's why they are called Alsatian. So this place is called Alsace, Alsace, and this area it seems produces very good quality wine, and it's close to Switzerland, close to Basel, North Switzerland. So I'll just show you. I'm in a place called Little Venice, and I'm just show you how it looks like.